Smell me like a Hellcat.
Everyone, this is Matt, EmeraldAvenger, back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about all the recent reworks, buffs, and nerfs that have happened on the PTR. So let's get started. First off, it's not really that noticeable for someone who barely uses Deflect effectively anyway. Is Deflect now has a hitbox has been reduced because there were times where it could fit through walls, and it's just so much bigger than his person was. It's just like a wall of Deflect where you couldn't get past it. Of course, to make it more balanced, let me get over here. It's like you can be like right here and still be able to deflect it. Now you have to be a little bit more. Actually, let me get my deflect up real quick. And see, you can't do it right here, but if I step just a little bit closer, like get it back ready again. It doesn't do it here. Well, let's wait another 8 seconds. Basically, they've made it smaller, so stuff can't be literally missing you by a mile, and you're still able to. And I'm an idiot. Okay. This is taking a while. Like, you actually have to be more or less just staring at the person and be relatively close to where the bullet is going. The projectile is going. It makes it a lot easier to avoid, because there were situations where I'd be playing like Widowmaker or Hanzo and like it doesn't even hit him and he deflects it, and it really frustrated me. I'm glad they changed it. So the developer's note was the hitbox on Genji's deflect was big enough that it would sometimes reflect projectiles that were pretty far away from him. We've tightened up the hitbox, which should solve this problem, while still fully protecting him from, like, it keeps him alive, but it doesn't make it completely impossible to get past it. Next we have Tacer, who has had a nerf. This is her first change in 3 years. 3 years she hasn't changed. A little ridiculous in my opinion. But no, she has not changed in 3 years. I've always said she needs to be nerfed at some point because she is, in some situations, a little powerful. So I'm glad they nerfed her. It's not really anything too big. It's changed her damage from her pulse bomb from 400? Yeah, 400 to 300. And the developer's note was basically that it was too good of a tank killer. So it's now balanced where it can't do it. So I really can't show it here. I mean, I can just stick this guy. Just... and he dies. They have almost... I think they have like 150 health or even less probably. It's actually probably less. It takes 20 shots to kill, but it's probably a lot less. So, yeah. Up next, of course, is the pretty sizable Hanzo change. So,
with every death
first off,
comes honor.
He has the Stormbow change, which I discussed in the Hanzo video. It's changed from 85, its speed's changed from 85 to 100. His Sonic Arrow now has a cooldown reduced from 20 to 12, and has duration of 6, I think, from 10 to 6, and its radius has been decreased. I forgot that. Has been decreased from 10 to 7. Besides that, the next thing is his new ability, Lunge. It's basically a kind of like, okay, let me you can, it works like Tracer's Blink in how it's directional. But besides that, there's really nothing unique about it. It's just a double jump, and you can like do some fancy tricks with it. It is on a cooldown, which is a good thing in my opinion. But next is Storm Arrow, which now replaces Scatter Arrow.
Double kill.
And it's pretty overpowered. Not really. It's hard to get used to for someone who plays Widowmaker here and Hanzo on console. Once he gets the console, I'll definitely be able to show an actual match a lot more effectively. But wasn't able to previously. But yeah, Hanzo can rapidly fire up to 6 arrows that deal reduced damage, but are always fired at full charge, which means that they are, or full power, which means they are fired the same arc and same speed that fully pulled back arrows are, but they are not like They don't do as much damage because that would be a little overpowered. I mean, you have to miss it to get overpowered.
All breaks.
But yeah.
So predictable.
So developers' comment on this was, the goal of the Hanzo changes is to allow him to have new options and maintain his high damage output while removing the frustration fighting against the old scatter arrow. Hanzo was much more mobile with his launch ability, and with the combination of the bow projectile speed increase, new storm arrow ability can now be used to deal high damage and be more consistent than ever before. Basically, it's taking him from the niche pick, and the same reason I think they changed the Junkrat, make him not a niche pick. Make him more of a highly used pick without buffing annoying abilities. I'm gonna miss Scatter Arrow, but I mean, hey, it's fine. And actually, Junkrat received a pretty decent nerf here. So his main projectile size is reduced from 0.3 to 0.2, which means like it even looks smaller. So like there were situations where it would clearly miss you, but it still hit you. So the hitbox of the projectile itself was changed. I also think the model is smaller too. It looks smaller. Not be wrong, it just looks a lot smaller, so I don't know. And then his Riptire's movement speed was actually reduced from, I believe, speed of 12, or speed of 13 to speed of 12. So I think all these speeds coincide, like they have their own measurement system. We don't know exactly what that measurement is. So, honestly it's not all too noticeable, it's just one tick less. Like, it still can wall climb and all that. It's just a little... okay, now I can now see it. So I can now see that a little bit. So these changes are aimed at lowering some of the most frustrating parts about playing against Junkrat. Decreasing the frag launcher's projectile size means that he will have to aim a bit more carefully and land powerful direct hits. And slowing the Riptire movement speed gives his opponent slightly more time to destroy it before it detonates, which I can agree with both of those. Being a Junkrat main myself, it's a bit upsetting to see, but I mean, I understand it entirely. So yeah. Next is Lucio. Lucio now has a change too.
Come on, let's
this change basically allows him to wall ride around corners more effectively, like inside corners and outside corners more effectively, like as you're seeing here. Like he doesn't have to actively like jump off and jump back on just to do it. But he can now, if I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do it, but like he can now also wall ride on the same surface. Like he can jump off and jump back onto the same flat wall surface, like the same side of a wall. If he bounces and stays in the air long enough to land in a far enough away place from the original impact. Like, see? I did it there, which is about what it is. Basically what it is it's less likely to be interrupted by, along a single surface, and then all the other stuff I just mentioned. Also, things changed. Actually, I know a better place to do this. Let's do it over here. Shockwave now no longer takes ammo. I like this change. I really do. Because I always find myself running out of ammo because I just, like, or not being able to use the shockwave at all because I'm out of ammo. So I really like this change. The developers comment, wall ride has been significantly overhauled to allow it to function more smoothly across more areas of every map. A Lucio player should instantly notice a huge improvement in where and how wall ride can be used. In addition, Sonic Amplifier's sound wave ability was unnecessarily controlled by both a cooldown and ammunition cost, so we are removing the amount of ammo it requires, and I just fell off the map thinking I could wall ride that amount of ammo cost, which I don't disagree with at all. I think that's actually great. It because I don't like I never like the fact that it's both on a cooldown and on ammunition. Like I understand the reason why it can't be on why it can't be solely on ammunition, because it could just be abused. Because like you get 5 boops out of a clip if you don't shoot, and then you have the cooldown. But without the cooldown, I mean, it makes perfect sense. I keep it going too far. I can't demonstrate that well, but all that aside, those are all the changes besides a few minor bug fixes, and of course the map being added, which I've already done a video on. Plus the new, the Hanzo rework. The Hanzo rework is a little ridiculous. I mean, I don't say that much. Like with Mercy, I was upset. With Junkrat's little change, the Junkrat Roadhog's change they had, I thought, well, it just makes them more powerful, makes them more applicable to the team comp. Hanzo, though, he is based like he's more of a new hero than Mercy was, and if she had a rework, because Mercy's got one new ability, and it was kind of just a amped up version of her angelic descent. It allowed her to change where she was flying and turned res into ability. What this does, though, is it makes him a lot better at shooting at far ranges. It makes him have a lot more mobility. Also allows him to dish out high range spam damage a lot more so than he could originally with the same arcs that he could originally. It is a massive buff.
Step to this.
To everything. It's massive rework. He feels like a new hero. So, sorry about going on that rant. That stuff was saved for the Hanzo video. So, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Please go follow me on all my social medias. Stay up to date with me. And I'll see you guys in the next one. This is Matt, the EmeraldAvenger. Peace out.